So many people around the world are wondering, will we ever see a united Ireland? I'd like your take on that.
Well, what seems to me certain is that if you have a poll on the border now, it would not be to set up a united Ireland immediately. Much as many people, myself included, would like to see a united Ireland. It's interesting that in the south of Ireland, in the independent part of the island, while most people will say, yes, we want a united Ireland, the large majority, there always have been, when you frame the question in a different way, and you say, for example, well, would you want a united Ireland if your taxes were going to be increased substantially? Then the answer is no, we don't want to unite. We're not willing to pay that price for a united Ireland. If you say, do you want a united Ireland, despite the likelihood of this being transition being marked by violence, which is going to affect your life, then the majority of people say, no, we don't want to pay that price for a united Ireland. So it's very difficult to give a straight answer. I don't think there is a straight answer to the question of whether a majority of people in Southern Ireland want or don't want a united Ireland. In the north, of course, things are more complicated still, that well, the majority of nationalists, of course, want united Ireland, and nationalists are now marginally sort of the bigger community. The fact is that the Catholics in the north and nationalists in the north have never voted for a violent route towards a united Ireland. Sinn Fein made advances in the north, beginning when the IRA called a ceasefire. They didn't, Sinn Fein never commanded the majority support among the Catholics of Northern Ireland while the IRA campaign was continuing. So all these things have got to be factored in, and it will be a foolhardy person who claimed to know or even to be terribly confident about how it was all going to work out. And if I may just say a word about the loyalist community, the advocates of violence to defend the North, to defend the northern state as part of the United Kingdom, they are few and far between. Only tiny numbers, and particularly without being patronising, sort of the people in the lowest echelons of society, or if you like, the poorest people among the Protestants, they tend to have a strident and obdurate opposition to a united Ireland. Their attachment to Britain is great. That's a tiny number. That's a tiny number. But it is also the case that not a single elected representative of the Unionist community, not one, supported the Northern Ireland Protocol in the recent elections. And that is a factor as well, which has to be taken into account. And the Unionists may well feel that it hasn't been taken into account very much over recent years. So if you were to ask, is there are the Unionists, broadly speaking, willing to accept a united Ireland, or are they moving towards it? Right. The answer again is we don't know. We don't know. But it's certainly the case, it seems to me, that right now, only a tiny number of people from the Unionist community wants to change the constitutional position. That is to say, the position of Northern Ireland being part of the United Kingdom.